Hello, my fine furry friends. Welcome back. This is our second part to our series. Today we're going to talk about something a little difficult. Gonna have to you guys into some reality real quick. Today we're talking about the just in part of some relationship timelines. Are you in that timeline part? Go get that water that you know you didn't drink today. Pop on them vitamins and come back. Let's talk about it. Welcome back, my fine furry friends. Did you take that vitamin? Do you have your water? You better. Okay. So like we talked about in the intro, and like we talked about last week, and like we talked about in the update, y'all know what this is at this point. We are going to talk about, we got to think of another word than just fucking, because, you know, community guidelines and all that niceness. And I am one day trying to get monetized, and I can just be fucking having talking about fucking all the time, or just saying the word a lot. So come up with something in the comments for us to call it, because we haven't brainstormed this at all, y'all. Anyway, so just doing what you do with what you do with who you do it with. Doing what you do with who you do it with. Well, just doing that. Here's my thing. Right, we're all adults. You should be, if you're doing this. Don't make the mama come out. No. But we're all adults if we're doing this. Just be honest with yourself. Like this, I hope y'all are noticing a thing. Being honest with yourself. You gotta be real with yourself before you can be real with anybody else, right? Like if you know this is outside your purview, leave that alone. If you know you're a dating to marry girly, leave it alone. If you know that he looks at you a little too long and you up here, what's gonna be our wedding colors? Leave that alone. If you're oh my god, he winked at me. Leave that alone. Like, come on now. Like if you know you just got a really long relationship and you feeling vulnerable and you know you feeling vulnerable and don't do that, I didn't know. It was trauma bonding. You know when you start the trauma bond. Let's be honest now. Let's be honest with ourselves. If you know this, leave this portion of interaction and connection alone. Like, it's okay. You don't have to get under somebody to get over somebody else. That is stupid math. I don't know. That's beyond girl math or boy math. That's dumbass math. Like, I don't understand where that concept came from. That equation does not equate. So, like, just leave it alone. Just leave it be. Because this just doing what you do with who you do it with. Matter of fact, don't worry about the comments. I kind of like that. But just doing what you do with who you do it with, this can lead to a very touchy environment. Okay? Like, it can lead to a very touchy environment. I know for me, and I'm telling myself it's my channel, I can do what I want. For me, when I was just doing this was after a failed friends with benefits situation. And I was like, I'm never doing that shit again. But me and some person that we just really was physically attracted to one another, and was like, hey, you single, I'm single. You like this, I like this. Kind of liked it a lot with you. A little, you know, not toot my own horn because like I was better than the most. Thanks. You know who you are. So thank you for that. But you know, that's what we decided to do. And we had a common conscious decision. We were not friends before this. Let's be very clear. That's another precursor to what we talked about last week. I was not friends with this person prior to this. I would say we were barely acquaintances. Like, we were in the same organizations. We did a lot of the same things. We ran in circles that were similar. and intermingled, but we were not friends. Like, I was not hitting him up like, hey, what you doing? You want to go to the cafe? I was not hitting him up like, hey, I saw this movie. I saw the reviews for this movie. You want to go see it? Like, I'm not doing that with you. We're not going to Papados to eat. Like, we're just not. That's not our vibe. So I was very strategic in who I chose to do this with. And I'll say that's a precursor to just doing what you do with who you do it with. You don't need to be friends with this person. There's no, if we're trying to wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, have a good night, that is all we need to be trying to do. We are not trying to build bonds. We are not trying to have aftercare. That's another thing. This aftercare you want, if you're just doing what you want to do with who you want to do it with, throw that out the window. That is not happening. You got to aftercare yourself. You have a good night, sir. I'll catch you next time. I'm out. Like, that's... You also have to be cognizant of if that's what they want. Y'all gotta define this. And people are like, oh, just sex is so easy. No, it's not. No, it's not. Because you have to make sure your feelings don't get attached. Because women, we want to sit here and think we can do it like the men. And some of us can because of trauma. But the vast majority of us cannot. The vast majority of us cannot just do what we do and move about like nothing happened. We can't. It's part of the reason why when women cheat, they cheat more mentally than they cheat emotionally before they cheat physically. It's the connectedness of how we are. Just, we're not the best at this. I'm not saying we can't do it, because we can. And we be brutal. But I'm not saying we can't do this. I'm saying that when we do this, it is specific. And you gotta be honest with yourself. Can you handle that? Are you able to do that? Do you truly exist in a space where it can just be me and you? I gotta curse now. It could just be me and you fucking in this bed, and while we're in this bed, time is suspended. But the moment we get out this thing, that's over. That is fully over. And we're not coming back to it until it's time for us to come back into this bed, or this couch, or this desk, or this table, wherever y'all be doing what you do, or this shower. I don't know. I don't know what y'all be doing. But, like, you have to be, and this is so kind of messed up, but when you just doing what you do with who you do it with, you kind of got to be tactical. Like, this is about logistics, and this is about you being a tactician. Like, can you get what you need, how you need it, when you want it, without there being any issues? Can you? If you don't think you can, be serious with yourself. Don't. I don't suggest doing it, because I know how it works out, not just for me, but for the people that I have called my friends, and how my clique has gone through this. So I don't suggest just doing what you do with who you do it with, personally. But I know that if you're gonna do it, if you're gonna do something stupid, do stupid smart. So with this, I would suggest, like I said, being honest with yourself. That's numero uno. No. Make sure you're honest with yourself. 2, make sure you're very clear on what you want if you're doing this with a specific person. If you're trying to do this with one person in specific, like in particular, be sure about what you, be clear on what you want. Hey, if me and you are doing this, we're exclusively doing this. We're exclusively doing this. If you want to open this up to other people, I need to be done with it. Or I don't mind us doing this with other people. Make sure you safe with them. Make sure you safe with me. Don't bring me nothing. Even if that goes down to, I need to get tested every month. Or I'm gonna get tested every month. I think we should too. Because again, we don't do it for the plot when it comes to our physical health. We don't do that. That's physical mental health. We don't do it for the plot. Our physical mental health. I'm not saying don't care about other people's, but you can't control other people. You can control yourself. So we do not do it for the plot when it comes to our physical and mental health. That's caveat. But be honest about what you want. Be honest about your expectations. Be honest about how you want this to move. If you want I'm gonna text you when I want it. You let me know when you want it. We're gonna figure something out, and we're gonna figure something out to compromise and get what each other need. Hell, if y'all want to do a back signal, do that. But anyway, but make sure that you're being so honest that it's low key annoying. Like, wholeheartedly low key annoying. Because what you don't want is for your emotions to get involved and then you're just kind of like stuck, not knowing and feeling like, oh my God, this just came out of nowhere. I can't, like, why is this? And it just seems like he meant so much, and I can't believe I don't have him anymore, or she was doing that thing just the right way, and I thought she was listening to me, and I was real honest with her, and I was doing stuff for her, and I was buying stuff for her, and now you didn't talk to yourself, one, into the Lululemon that this person was actually like caring, and then two, now you're hurt because you didn't want to be honest with yourself, you didn't want to be honest with that person, and you didn't want to stop yourself from getting attached. See how stepstone in there? Think about these things. You gotta stop yourself from getting attached. And then sometimes that's smacking yourself with some sense. That's smacking yourself with some sense. I know a friend of mine, we have this thing and we'll be like, let me have my moment. Let me have my moment. Let me sit in the Lululemon for 5 minutes. And when I've had my moment, I'll be like, all right, I'm done. I'm ready to hear it now. Let me have it. Because reality has to strike at some point. Like, you can't just think that it's just gonna be like, oh, polka dots and rainbows and pink lumps and moozles. Like, it's just not gonna be a thing. You have to be back into reality sometimes. I'm all for being delusional when it comes to your dreams and ambitions. Do that. Be as delusional as you need to be. But when it comes to like the reality of what is happening pen to paper to your mental health, to your physical health, to your emotional health, get out of the Lululemon. If he wanted you, he would try to get you. If she wanted you, she would try to get you. If they are just fucking you and do not have a care or regard, do not sit here and make up an existence that they do. They do not. I'm the friend that is here to tell you, my beautiful, fine, furry friends, they do not want you. They want what is between your legs. Shout out to you for being that memorable, but do not sit in delusion, okay? And I say that because it's happened to the best of us. It happened to me too. This ain't coming from a place of judgment. This is coming from a place of learned history. They want what's there. They want what's here. They don't want what's here. They damn sure don't want what's here. And you are too damn great. I mean, not to like toot our horns or anything, but this fine furry friend community, we are too fucking awesome to let that be something that happens to us. So, do not sit in your delulu too long. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with the other person. You know, do stupid smart. Have you fun. Do some stuff for the plot. Not all the stuff for the plot. Beyond the rest of that, life is not a dress rehearsal. It is your final performance. So do doing the things you love, because God gave you what? That long. We wish you love. We wish you happiness. But above all else, we wish you peace. Bye, guys.